Super Mario Bros. 1 is finally solved on the Game Boy. And this is a bigger deal than you think, because this is their best Game Boy title that was ever done. And it goes so much further than just porting the first Mario Bros. Game. You might remember this game. This is Nintendo's official port of Super Mario Bros. 1 for the Game Boy Color, and I played this a lot as a child. But this game has one key problem: screen crunch. You see, the Nintendo Entertainment System had more pixels than a Game Boy, and they try to fit everything on the Game Boy, and the only way to make this possible is by zooming in. It wasn't the most optimal experience, and it's a shame because this title was so amazing with all the extra features. But what if there is a better way? And yes, I know that Nintendo also released something for the Game Boy Advance where they just ported the original NES game, but it just looks very weird because it's really squashed together. At least it doesn't have any screen crunch, so that also exists. But this was for the Game Boy Advance, and what we really are trying to achieve here is something for the original Game Boy Color. And this is where the game Super Mario Bros. Mini comes in. This is a port of Super Mario Bros. 1 for the Game Boy Color that basically fits all of the screen from the NES onto the Game Boy by just making everything smaller. And when you look at it on a Game Boy, it looks incredible. I can only show it to you on a Game Boy Advance because I don't have the right cards to run this on my Game Boy Color, but believe me, it works. And it looks incredible. This has been completely remade in Game Boy Studio by Miko27, and you should go ahead and support him right now. His link is in the description. Game Boy Studio is an amazing software, and I tried to work with that a long time ago, but this just shows how much is possible. And this didn't just port the original Super Mario Bros. But the most incredible thing is, this feels so true to the original version, and so many details from the original were recreated for the Game Boy. If you defeat Bowser with fire flowers, you still have the same kind of animations of some other enemies falling down as Bowser. This was done by somebody who really cares about the original game. Some things were changed with the controls. Mario doesn't slide as much anymore, and also you can bounce off enemies by holding the jump button, and you can get 1-ups on the flagpole, but those are just some small things. Everything else feels the same, and I can tell you, it is so much more amazing to play the original Mario Bros. On the Game Boy like this than it worked with the original Mario Bros. Deluxe. And yeah, first of all, we have this port of the original game, but here's the thing. If you go to the home menu and you press the B button, you have something crazy. First of all, there's a level selector, so you can just jump into any level you want, but there's also a random mode, which is really just a random mode, which also can be a lot of fun. And then there is the B quest. Yeah, this is just a complete new Mario Bros. Game with 8 worlds, new mechanics, and Yoshi, and boss fights. And every world has its own theme. I think I can talk an hour about this, because Miko27 went completely wild on this one. You're not gonna believe it. I'm serious. We have Yoshi in this game, and this is how Yoshi should be in Mario Bros. Mario Maker 3, please take notes on how this stuff works. And I mean, we have a desert world, we also have a world that goes vertical, and we have a world based on the original Donkey Kong, and we have a lot of stuff based on Mario Land 1. And Yoshi can be found in the first level of every world, but he's hidden very well in a lot of the levels. And this is something that you should definitely try. I mean, there's a Flappy Bird level, and also a level where you have to dodge the axes, and one level where you jump over Koopas, and Lakitu throws stars and you have to dodge them. This is just amazing. And all of this is open source. And that's why this doesn't feel like another fan game. No, it feels like a lost Mario game. And if you have the chance, you should definitely play this on a Game Boy. because that's the ultimate experience. Thank you so much for watching. And if you liked this video, you should definitely watch the video where I made Minecraft for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I'm serious.